like with Goku's Ultra Instinct technique and his transformation, it can be somehow evolved with the Super Saiyan 4. But like that's just a theorization to me right now. So I would say it's just gonna be what it is right now. It's gonna be Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. I don't think it's gonna be anything more than that right now because we still haven't seen the continuation of the Dragon Ball Super story, like the Moral arc and the Granola arc. Seeing these two transformations be displayed to the Dragon Ball community. So answer is no.
You don't think that there's going to be another transformation? You think that's a hard stop at UIUE?
Yep, that's right. For now. For now, right now. You know?
See, I kind of agree with what G is saying, but I think UI is always going to be the ultimate stop because it is the ultimate technique. But I I think they'll stack on top of each other though, right? Because in the manga we've seen him use Super Saiyan Blue with UI. We've seen him make what is it called, True UI, or isn't that what he used in the Granola arc? Was True
True. Yeah.
UI? So I think like maybe we'll get a Super Saiyan 4 UI, right? Like I think that's how it's going to evolve. It's always going to be. It might be a new transformation, but UI is always it's always going to strive to reach MUI being the a completed form because he can't use it to his full potential. So if we get new ones, it's always going to be that ever climbing ladder to get MUI. I think that's going to be the hard stop. Even though we've seen it already, I don't think we're going to get to a point where he's using it all the time. You know, as far
100%.
as Ultra Ego, I don't think that is. I think he's going to get a God of Destruction form like Topo had, like the other destroyers have. I think we're going to see something where he probably gets like a diamond on his chest or something like that. Uh, and I think that's going to be the hard stop. I don't see because those two forms are kind of the pinnacle of transformations when you're thinking about it. You have the angel transformation and then the destroyer transformation. So you might as well say what is it, the Remus and or Remus and Zeno, pretty much. Those are like the two ultimate things. So I do think MUI is the hard stop, but we'll get steps in between of him stacking it. But I do think Ultra Ego will eventually transform into an actual destroyer transformation.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I agree, and that's what I'm saying is that whether we might not get something completely new, I do like the concept of what Tim said of like an ultra ego with a Super Saiyan 4 or something, because as just following up again, is that it is the pinnacle because there is no way, because Beerus knows Ultra Instinct. At no point can Goku get a transformation that eclipses Ultra Instinct when Beerus hasn't even eclipsed Ultra Instinct. The imbalance that would just happen, um, the balance that would just happen there if that happened would just basically throw the story completely out of whack if that was to happen. So that's why I was like, I like Tim's reasoning of it's just going to be constantly stacked upon whatever transformation, but there will be nothing that eclipses there'll be nothing that eclipses Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct.
Okay. I feel like those are fair arguments. On to our next question. This is kind of like a what if scenario. Which arc would be better? Gohan training Goten and Trunks, or Vegeta training Kaba?
Ooh.
I like the second one. I like the second one because that would involve him going to Universe 6. And going to
Hmm.
Right.
Universe 6 is what everybody wants because that will bring him to Planet Sadala. and introduce him to Saiyan culture, even though he knew it from a certain age. It's been what, like 35 years since the last time he was in Saiyan culture in and of itself. So I think that would be great from that aspect. I don't really care about Kava. I'll keep it honest with you. I don't care about him. Uh,
Yeah.
but only because of where it would take us. I think that would be the most interesting part of it because even though he would be training Kava, he would interact with whoever the king is at that in Universe 6.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I have to disagree with you on this one, Tim. It's like while it would be very interesting to see that, like I think um Goten and Trunks, man, them kids need to be put to work. Like they've just basically been getting around, loofing around and slouching around, playing video games. They need to get into the field. I know it's the times have been peaceful, but they need to get into the field. We've been clamoring, we've been begging for them to be shown for the potential that they genuinely have. I mean, look at what they did in Superhero. We finally got Teen Goten, Teen Trunks. They attempted, like, we all sat there thinking we were finally going to get Teen Gotenks proper fused, and it didn't happen. And then what happens after Superhero? They go back to being kids. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, what is the purpose of these young Saiyans that
Well, in
in theory
Superhero, they didn't really do anything
they didn't do anything,
Superhero.
but they teased them in their teen form, and I got excited because I was like, they're about to put some work in. They didn't. I was upset. Then they revert back to kids, and it's just like, hold on. They basically, Goten and Trunks follow the same the same trajectory as Gohan in terms of they are half Saiyans who have a wide range of potential,
Yeah.
right? And then I know in a previous stream we spoke about how Gohan maybe as a theory of how his beast form could be linked to the Ox King. Goten has the same DNA. Why don't we explore that? Trunks is the son of the prince of all Saiyans. Who's a half Saiyan who has a lot of potential. Why are we not why are we not exploring that?
So
I'd
let
rather
me let
see
me
that.
let me ask you this, right? Because I know
Mm,
you've read it, and they do kind of continue on a little bit because there was that one shot with the Saiyaman X and Y or something like that, whatever they
yep.
call themselves. Is that something that you would want to see Gohan doing? And that, I know it's going to sound silly, but he was the great Saiyaman, right? So would you want
Sure.
to see him training them to be
Mm.
Earth's protectors and not a universal protector like a Gohan, Piccolo, Goku, Vegeta, Broly?
Well, I mean,
I don't
you would.
see it like that.
Yeah, no, I don't see it like that as well. But like, I get where Tim is coming from because it's like, if they did do that, that would be the entry level. I would see that more as when Piccolo took Gohan and kind of trained him. At no point, did he ever think he was going to be a super protector. But Gohan doing that as an entry level, making them Earth's protectors, fine. With the possibility to lead them to being even more than that, okay, cool. If we're just talking about straight Earth protectors and nothing more, I want none of that because
Well,
they
because
need to.
I don't see the necessary purpose of making
Mm,
them anything more than Earth's protectors, right? I just don't see why it would matter when we have these five people that are on par with gods of destruction, that it would make sense for them to be going anywhere else but like in an instance when Moro comes with his lackeys, that they're taking care of the side lackeys, or maybe Red Ribbon comes back and they have
mm,
to take care of Red Ribbon because every time they come back, they always come back stronger than what we've ever seen them before, right? So I think narratively, it would make sense to keep them earthbound because we already have these five cataclysmic supernova level characters that in space that can teleport anywhere that they're needed. Meanwhile, Gohan can't teleport. Nobody around the Earthlings can teleport. So it just wouldn't, to me, it wouldn't make sense to have them doing anything universally. But Earthbound makes sense to me.
Right. Sorry, Mike, before I let you go on that, what, because the other reason why I come to that conclusion as well is, you know, at some point, when that happens, whether it's our lifetime or not, Dragon Ball is going to have to enter the end game, right? And at some point, all hands on deck are going to be needed. You know, we've seen, we don't even know what Black Frieza's up to. He's taken the heaters, you know, from when he's taken the heaters in his ship. What's he, other than the training he's done, what else has he been doing? What plans has he set up? What, you know, at some point, it's going to get to a situation where it's going to be all hands on deck.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
it will, but and I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I think the level that I don't think we would get a level of anybody like it would be like the tournament of power. Majority of the people in the tournament of power were Earthlings could take like the Z fighters could take majority of them in a normal fight. They weren't universal threats at all. So I think that's the level that we would get with the majority. Besides maybe like Frieza pops up with four commanders or something like that, right? But I'll let Mike go to get
yeah,
his
before we
get his.
end up hogging it, before we end up hogging it and fighting, going back and forth. Go on, Mike. Add that
I
extra
feel like
layer.
we're overlooking one thing here. Okay, can we not overlook the potential of Goten and Trunks? Like, these are the youngest Super Saiyans in the series.
Yeah,
These Goten alone and Trunks are eagerly eager to train with Vegeta, Gohan, or Goku. So
yeah.
it would be a big disservice to the series if they weren't training with Gohan or just anyone within the Z Warriors. That makes sense.
No, it
Yep.
does.
And and we've seen what happened to Goten and Trunks when they fought a power like Lord Beerus. You know, it didn't go so well. But imagine the training they will have with Goku or Vegeta or Gohan, and their next bout with a power like Beerus. I mean, the results will be different. So I think I'm just gonna lean towards Gohan training Goten and Trunks just to give these two characters what they deserve truly, you know? It's like they just been in the backgrounds, just
Playing the
hanging
video
around,
games.
studying, not being productive for the show at all. So I would really love to see Gohan train Goten and Trunks.
So
Sure.
I don't think I'm discounting or overlooking their potential when I say make them earthbound. It's just narratively, I just don't, unless the only way I could see it making sense is if they go to another universe, right? Like that's the only thing that would make sense. Like Gohan trains them up, and then they go to like let's say Universe Two, which probably had, if we ever get there, probably has more of an Egyptian theme because I'm pretty sure that was like the Cleopatra god of destruction, right?
Yeah.
So I think we would see something like that, like helping Rebrienne and stuff like that, or maybe going to one of the what four universes that weren't in the tournament of power, four or five, whatever, like
Mm,
universe one,
yeah.
right? Like that would make sense in that way because we know that they have a high mortal count, which doesn't equate to strength per se. But if they're going to be put in outside of Earth, I don't see where narratively it would make sense for them to be going against a universal threat. And Goku and Vegeta don't take the reins from them. I don't see that happening. The only like I know it's a fan made thing, but the way Dragon Ball Kakume did it with them, where they gave them the Super Saiyan God, like we had trained them and gave them Super Saiyan God because there was a universal threat coming. I think that would make some sense, but like I said, that's fan made.
Can we acknowledge that Majin Buu was their first ever arc, like for Goten and Trunks? Like that's almost a universal threat. I mean, I'm not trying to be,
But
you
they
know,
weren't a threat to Boo though at
it was their
all.
best chance. It was their best chance though.
Yeah, but
Goku
he
was
wasn't
going.
he
I
wasn't
mean,
stronger than they had Super Saiyan 3 in the fusion, but they weren't stronger than Goku in Super Saiyan 3. They weren't beating Super Buu. Super Buu didn't even take them serious.
Yeah. But then the other thing as well is, narratively speaking, how would the, how would the Kappa situation work? Because it's like, he goes to their world, okay, fine. It's gonna, in theory, we can all assume that Vegeta's obviously stronger than their king. He's the strongest on he's not even from their world, but he's the strongest there.
Well, because it
What?
wouldn't be an arc about that, right? Like if we would
Right.
do it, and I know that kind of takes away from what Dragon Ball is, but with the granola arc, we at least saw some more world building, culture building.
Mhm.
Even I think we even got like some world building through food or something like that in the granola arc, right? So it wouldn't be about the strength. Yeah, there would probably be a threat that would come for Vegeta to fight, right? And Kaba would help out. But we already have it lined up where Kaba is Vegeta's student. Whether Vegeta clearly acknowledges it or not, Vegeta does acknowledge him as being Kaba's teacher. And we saw that in the Tournament of Power. So we already have that window open. It would be more about exploring what the Saiyans could have been, right? It would be more exploring of who the Saiyans are if they aren't being turned into ruthless colonizers, right? Like that's pretty much what it would be about, is exploring Saiyan culture from a different perspective of what if we didn't go through down this path of savagery.
I
oh
mean,
man, I don't know, man.
I think this one might end in agree to disagree. I think this one might actually end in agree to disagree. It's
I'd
interesting.
rather see Goten go Trunks. I'd rather see Trunks and Goten train. I mean it. I
Yeah,
100% believe that.
likewise. Yeah,
But let's
likewise.
let's let's do this. Let's do a compromise, right?
Hmm.
Vegeta takes Goten and Trunks to Universe 6 to train with Kaba, and then we get everything else. There we go.
That's
We going
perfect.
we
I'm
gonna do
I'm
it.
good with that.
We gonna take
Okay,
Gohan out though. We taking Gohan out. We taking Gohan
fine,
out.
fine. Yeah,
We gonna
fine,
get the
fine,
Goten and Trunks to U6 to train with Kaba, and
fine,
then and there we go.
fine. We reluctantly come to a truce there.
See, that works.
Yeah.
All right, y'all watching at home, please be sure to let us know what you're thinking on the subject. Points were made. Um, so, speaking of different universes, do you think we should have had more time with like any other universe or another universe before the Tournament of Power? Like, how do you think that would have changed the outcome?
For the
Because
tournament of
that was
power.
like our first real introduction.
Hmm.
I'll let Mike or G go with this one. To start it off.
Let's start with Mike.
Well, we saw a lot when it comes to what we saw in the tournament of power. We saw a lot of universes. Topo's universe is universe 6. No, excuse me, 11. Universe 11. And I felt like since they're quote unquote the strongest universe, I wanted to know more about Belmont's desire to only want Jiren on his team if their universe has a lot of strong warriors. So between Universe 11 and Universe 6, which is the twin universe of Universe 7, I was just hoping I would have got more from Universe 11 when I was watching the Tournament of Power. So that's just my take on it.
Interesting. I think Lauren, if can
So,
you can you can you can you
yeah.
can you let me know the question again, so I just make sure that I've understood it completely, please.
hmm Do you think we should have known more about like the other universes before the Tournament of Power? And if we did, like if we got to see more about them beforehand, how would that have changed the outcome? Do you think it would have changed the outcome of the Tournament of Power?
Um, Not so. I don't think it would have changed the outcome of the Tournament of Power, but I think if they had spent more time with each other, I think there would have been. I think there would have been more. People would have. They would have had the what's the they would have come to the conclusion much quicker that Goku Universe 7 is the universe to beat. If they had spent more time with each other, there's a possibility that um almost everybody, almost all the other universes would have looked at Universe 7, and then all ganged up and said, you know what, let's take them out first. These are probably, so instead of people fighting each other for the protections of for the survival of their universe, everybody would be like, let's take Universe 7 out
Well,
completely
that
first.
wasn't that a part of the anime though? Wasn't like two or three universes teaming, like conspiring to take out Universe 7,
But that's
Universe
what's like, if they had
4?
all met, if they'd all met, as Lauren was saying, it's like if they had spent more time, then that I think all the participating universes would have come to that conclusion. I'm saying, so it would have been everyone else versus one,
Well,
instead
they
of
already had that conclusion that they
Yeah.
had to get rid of Universe 7 because they were all under the impression that Goku was the reason why the tournament was happening for negative reasons.
Hmm.
Right?
Mm.
Like Goku, of course, was the reason why. At least how I'm remembering it, they all looked at Goku as the threat. So Universe 7 was the threat. That's why they were all going after them at the beginning of everything. Uh, Now, as far as the
I'll need to
question
rewatch it. Yeah.
goes, I don't know if for sure I would have wanted inter in series character interactions, right? I would kind of wanted it more the way that Mike was approaching with his response is like I would have wanted, because we saw like Universe 6 with Hit. We saw like a metropolis type of cyberpunk type city when he ran into Frost, and like I wanted to see
Yep.
more of that from that perspective. Maybe we see more of Hit like doing an actual hit, right? Uh and then go to like Universe 11 because there was stuff kind of more so in the manga that we got because it was the whole time Jiren was meditating during the Tournament of Power, he was actually sensing his universe to make sure nothing was happening. And he told Belmont, if I sense anything, I'm leaving. Right? They didn't put that into the anime because the scheduling was just whack, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Totally,
but
100%.
I would have wanted to see why he felt like he had to sense his universe, like what's going on in his universe that he feels like
Exactly.
he needs to keep a watch on, and he doesn't trust any of the other pride troopers. And then there is another it was Universe 2 where there was yard rats. There were yard rats in Universe 2. I would have liked to see that just because they don't belong in that universe.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay. Yep.
Universe. It doesn't make like, are they originally a part of? I guess Daima kind of explains it a little bit because I believe they are demons. I'm or Majin. I think they have the pointed ears, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah. You have the point. It is. Yeah.
So I guess
100%.
that kind of explains it, but it also doesn't explain it at the same time. Like I would, of course, it's one of them things where it's inferred information, but I just want to see if it's true or not. Like, did they have to migrate from Universe 2 to Universe 7? Does Universe 6 have yard rats? Like now I'm going into a whole I'm about to snowball into a Reddit thread for a second. Like I'm about
Definitely.
you like that's the type of stuff I be thinking about when I see these type of things because there's so many open threads that we
Yeah.
can explore that I would want to see on an individual basis and not our main characters interacting with them. That's why I've always said I wish Dragon Ball would go like the Marvel or DC route where they have different issues, different chapters, different storylines going on at the same time.
Same time. Yeah. That would have been. Yeah, that would
Multiversal.
be
Gotcha.
Yeah.
multi. Yeah, that would have been. That would be very interesting. I could get behind that.
Yeah, and I just think because it's so big and it hurts me that we probably will never get that. Like we probably will never get something like that. Who knows? Maybe we will with Toyotaro at the
Toyotaro, yeah.
helms, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we will.
I think those first few issues when they start to come out, I think they're going to be really, really telling in terms of where the series is going to go. Because I think it's, he at this point on, I mean, he won't have complete full reigns, but he'll have a massive influence in basically shaping the future and the next wave of Dragon Ball, really, because he is the most trusted person with the material at this moment in time.
He's the handpicked successor of the story. Like for the last
And now
10 years, he was under Toriyama's wing. So
know,
those are big shoes to fill.
And then he's gonna
Holy
have to
shit.
pick his successor at some point to bring through the ropes as well. And it just
Well, he has a long time to go. I think Toyotaro's like in his 40s or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh.
30s. But
wow. Yeah.
But he also did a multiverse series with AF. He was an author of AF at one point in time under the name Toyble. So he has experience doing a multiversal type of thing. I think it's just the way that maybe Shueisha and Capsule Corp. But I digress. We done strayed away from the original question.
No, it's all good dialogue. Did anybody have anything they wanted to add on from the Tournament of Power question?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Clearly we know Majin Buu was supposed to be in this Tournament of Power. I want to be very, very clear when I say this. I don't want nobody mistaking my words for anything. Majin Buu would have been the most broken
Yep.
character for this tournament. I mean, based off his genetic abilities and his overall power setting, like he could take it to a whole nother level. Not only can he absorb warriors, he could take their best qualities and use it for himself. He could turn any warrior or anybody into any delicious food he desires.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not killing at all, by the way. He's not breaking the rules of the tournament.
Turn them into a candy bar and throw them off.
Perfect example.
Could you imagine a Boorin?
Yeah, exactly. Or bit, Boo absorbing hit. I mean, it could be a lot of, things that Majin Buu could have done in this tournament, and I feel like we got robbed.
We did.
We did.
We got robbed of Boo, but we did get Frieza, and I thoroughly I didn't like Frieza as a character until the Tournament of Power, so I can't complain too much. But Boo is such wasted potential. I said that on a different recording. He is such wasted potential but it is because he is broken. He's Venom pretty much, right? Like he's a symbiote pretty much. Like you can't stop him I think they even said that once he absorbs you, you can't stop him from absorbing.
Yeah,
Majin Buu's a monster.
Do you know what? And then the other thing is, I've always wondered this. Sorry, before we move on, So I know they did the whole Boo saga and everything, and at the end he was wished back and so forth. And now we've got Margin Boo now. Can we actually have a situation where the whole cycle can happen again, where something bad happens, evil Boo comes in, Boo Super Boo comes in, and just happen that whole cycle again?
No,
Would you want to see that again? Because
No, no,
that
no,
would
no,
be
no,
the
no,
third time that we would see it.
no. But I mean, no, no. I mean, theoretically, even though we've got Margin Boo now, if the same set of events was to happen, so for example, let's just say someone pops Hercule, right? He
Oh
becomes all.
no, no, because he expelled all the evil.
Oh, right. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That
Well,
was the Gray Boo. The Gray Boo
yeah,
was
yeah.
the incarnate of his evil persona, and then
But I
Kid
mean, but
Boo,
then,
because
yeah,
Kid Boo and Fat Boo were existing at the same time.
right.
So Fat
Okay,
Boo was the Grand Supreme Kai or something like
sure.
that. He was the
Yeah,
Grand Supreme Kai, and then you had the actual Majin Buu, who was the Kid Buu. He was that was the actual quote unquote incarnation of evil since time immemorium, as what Toriyama would say, even though Daima doesn't line up with that, right? But
copy. Yeah.
he is they can't now maybe Oob could turn evil.
now that's an interesting twist. I have to admit.
Yeah. No,
Even
no.
even though his spirit was quote unquote cleansed, Kid Buu still is the
Evil, yeah.
evil
Yeah.
side of him. So maybe there could be something where
Nice, anything.
a bad Oob, and that's what kind of causes like Boo and Oob to form, to merge together like they did in GT or something like that, or maybe have them face off against each other. But I could see maybe Oob would be the one that would go evil after like training with Goku, because that's the only time that he would even stand a chance is after training
Right.
with a Goku or something.
I just can't
Interesting.
live to see Majin Buu torment Earth again. Honestly, it
Oh,
was horrible. Like that
bro,
was
I
his
can't live with that
experience.
character again, bro. That's like one of the weakest sagas of all. I can't
Oh
go through that
man, yeah.
again. I can't go through that again.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't call it the weakest, but I mean, to each his
That's
own.
all.
To each his own. I mean, it's
It,
not the
And the
weakest. I just don't.
original run, and the original run is the weakest. It's the
it
weakest
is the
arc in the
weakest,
I don't
original run.
know.
in my opinion. In my opinion.
Unless you're going to compare it to the very first like Pilaf arc or something like that. But that's when the
Well,
story's still getting its bearings, right?
Yeah.
It's the weakest arc because it has no connection to anything with the original series at all.
I have the Boo saga over the Sand saga personally. I do because
Wow.
Somebody boot this man. Somebody
no,
get him up out of
Get,
here.
get rid of him.
hear
Get
me
rid
out.
of him.
I
That's
like the Sand.
diabolical.
I like the Sand saga. Truly, I truly do. It's just there's a lot of pros and cons, pros then cons when it comes to the Boo saga than it is for the Sand saga for me. Like Goten is one of my favorite additions to the Dragon Ball series, Trunks included. Them being Super Saiyans was a major um
So look,
quality
let
for.
me ask you this, right? Would you say it's just ideas and moments that you enjoy out of the Boo saga instead of the story? Because
Yes.
I don't think there's any way, shape, and form anybody can say the Boo saga better story than the Saiyan saga. It might
Well, no,
have better moments, but story wise, I don't think it
It
can
doesn't.
tie
Yeah.
into it.
I don't think so as well. Yeah.
I don't think they have better. s- I don't think it's a better story structure than the Boo saga. Because
So wait, what part of the Boo story is better than the Saiyan saga in terms of story wise?
for me, it was the tournament. It gave me nostalgic.
Which tournament?
The tournament that it starts with.
In the Boo saga, like it's the tournament. So like everybody is going to this tournament. Goku arrives to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
He joins the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
They're disrupted by King Kai, and of course, we don't need to dispute why King Kai is doing what he's doing. But to me, Goten and Trunks being in this tournament gave me nostalgic, flashbacks of Goku being in a tournament with his friends, Krillin, and him meeting meeting his wife Chi Chi there, and just the event there alone just gave me enthusiasm to continue to watch the arc. So
Sure, but then the only rebuttal I have on that is that that sequence that you've actually described is not that storyline is not linked to Boo at
at
all.
all, yeah,
It they
yeah,
they just happened to be having a tournament. Goku had been granted permission to participate to go there, and then the only thing that even remotely links it all is when Supreme Kai shows up, and then Spopovich and Yamu, because if Supreme Kai hadn't done what he did with Gohan, at no point would there have been a link between the story and Majin Buu. Yes, they were looking for energy, but they were not specifically looking for the Z Warriors to
Well,
absorb their energy.
so
It
before
just
before
the
we pass
correlation
the
just happened there.
before we pass the mic back to Lauren, I do want to say that's why I think it's for Mike. It's more moment than story, and certain stuff stands out because you do have the moments like okay, the Goten. It reminds you of Kid Goku in the tournament, and even the host even says that, right? He's like, "Oh, it
yeah,
reminds me of the old days" because he sees Goten, right? And then it has, you can say the Deborah moment where he jumps up and he spits, and you see them all turn to stone because that's something that we've never seen before.
Hmm.
You have Super Saiyan 3, you have Majin Vegeta and stuff like that. So it has its moments, right?
Mhm.
But story wise, it like it doesn't connect to the main storyline at all. And to me, and that's why it's like kind of the weakest because it's just moments and ideas that are captured, but there is no oomph behind it connected to the
Yep.
story where you like the cell arc connects to the very first arc, right?
that's
The
right.
red ribbon, right? So you have the
Yep.
beginning meeting the end, the alpha and omega, because that's really where it was supposed to end at first, right? But
Yeah,
then,
Mhm.
like, you can say, like, well, the Saiyan saga doesn't tie into anything, but it does
It
because
does, yeah.
that's the end of Goku's character development is the Saiyan Namek saga, right? That's the
100%.
Frieza saga is the hard end
Yeah.
of Goku's development. So
Yeah, because you could sorry, Tim. I was like, you could say because the Saiyan saga is in actual fact is the start of his Saiyan journey. Where he finds out he is a Saiyan, he has a brother. They kill Raditz. Before that, he tells him about the whole. There's two other Saiyans that are going to be coming through. They come through. That whole situation happens. Then he goes on from when he finds out that about being a Saiyan to then going into Namek to find out about the legendary Super Saiyan to fulfilling all of that. That's a really concise story, like a really like beefy story the Buu Saga gives you. It's like outside of Patara Fusion, Super Saiyan 3, a few other bits and bobs.
You
The
can't forget
story,
about
the
the demon
story.
realm.
What do you?
Okay,
Whoa.
come
well,
on.
look, Lauren,
No,
what is your
yeah,
next
no, let's
question
give
for
it
us?
back to Lauren.
I don't even know how we got on this. I do not know how we went from Kava and Universe 6 to debating about the Saiyan versus Buu saga. I don't know how we get there, but I think we're ready for the next question. I think we're
Absolutely.
ready for the next
Okay. Um, we're gonna switch gears a lot. um, should Dragon Ball keep making video games? If they do, is there anything you've been waiting for them to add, or is there anything you want to see, or new video game technology that you feel like they haven't utilized?
I'll go first in this one. Actually, I think
Okay.
No more games. I think no more games. Um, the reason why I say no more games is for the last 30 years
It's
or
been the same
30
thing.
plus years, they
It's
have
been
sold us the exact same
Talk to
game
him.
Yeah,
every
hundred
Talk to
percent,
single
him.
time.
100%.
it's like
Budokai,
Madden, and
Budokai,
it's like Madden over here,
yeah,
man. It's just the
yeah,
same game every year.
yeah. I remember Budokai, the first ever Budokai. You ran through from the Saiyan, you did Namek, and then you finish the game at Cell. Then Budokai 2 comes out, then it starts, you do the same thing, and then you get through to Boo. Then you get to Budokai 3, you do the same thing, you get to Boo. Then you get to Budokai Tenkaichi 1, you do the same thing, get to Boo. Budokai Tenkaichi 2, you do the exact same thing, and then Budokai Tenkaichi 3, the
So
exact same thing. The little caveats they started adding were like, oh, what if certain things here and there, this and that. They even listen, it got so ridiculous that they had to add certain concept of like you could have Yamcha and Tien fused to Tiancha or whatever,
oh,
all of
you
these
talking
things
about
because
Dragon
they
Ball Fusion?
no, but because they knew it got so ridiculous that they were selling the exact same game and they were getting away with it. So I
So
think, yeah, go on.
not go ahead, finish your thought because I've got an idea. Go ahead, finish your
I
thought.
know. I was just saying, I think like as a whole, I think for me, the game that I really like, and I really liked the Budokai, I like the Budokai games in terms of like what you're doing, but I think in terms of like a game, if they just say, look, a Dragon Ball game and it's just pure hands, no story, fine. Don't give, if you give me a Dragon Ball game that has story, no, because you're just recycling the exact same thing every single time. So I think, yeah, that's where I'm at. If it's only fighting, fine, bring them in. If you're trying to give me a narrative, no, because you're just gonna give me things that you've already given me for many a years.
So I have two ideas, right? I'll give you the
Mm.
more smaller one, right? Give me an OG Dragon Ball game. Let me play from the moment Bulma meets Goku all the way up to where we are at now in the story. I think that
Yeah.
would bring, or even just bring us up to Demon King Piccolo. We have not gotten that at all. And the way things are, I would like to see it kind of play out like mechanic wise, Ghost of Tsushima. I feel like that would fit really good with the extension pole and all that stuff. Now, obviously, we would have to change some stuff with the like riding mechanics with the Nimbus and stuff like that. But if I'll be honest with you, they need to take all of this stuff and put it into Xenoverse 3. It makes Xenoverse the ultimate hub for Dragon Ball games, and they just update that. So you have the original Street Fighter stuff, right? Because you can do that in Xenoverse now. Sparking Zero, they ended up putting the alternate timelines. They could, that's what Xenoverse is. So they could have put that in Xenoverse. Uh, we get Dragon Ball Online, which is the open world stuff. We already make an OC in Xenoverse. Just give us an open world to do the same exact stuff to be able to grind. That's how we grind our characters up, is to go through the open world type stuff. And then you have the storyline games where you start from Bulma meeting Goku all the way up to whatever the story of the anime is. So we'll get OGZ, GT, uh Daima Super, right? We'll get all that stuff. Even the movies. The movies can even be a branch, but I think they need to make just one game that's centralizes everything and just update it from their DLC after DLC until like they have to come out with a new one, like if a new generation of consoles, because they keep on giving us so close to doing that, but then they don't do it. They're always missing something because there was no reason for us to get Sparking Zero. I'm sorry. The game is trash. And yes, it is because I am salty about the Vegeta fight. Yes. But they should have given us Xenoverse 3. I'm sorry. If they were going to give us alternate timeline stuff, they should have just given us Xenoverse because that's what Xenoverse is. So that's where I stand. It needs to be one central game that they can just keep on updating over and over and over again. We're too far technologically advanced that we should not have that with Dragon Ball.
I'm going to be devil's advocate here. That's a great take.
Don't be devil's advocate, Mike. Don't be devil's advocate.
I gotta do it. I absolutely have to. I just look. Not every Dragon Ball game has the best qualities. We know this. This is common knowledge. But can we not pretend that we didn't have a blast playing every single one of these games that was released? That's not.
We were young. We didn't know what was going on.
When we're 7 years old, we don't care about playing on Namek 20 times in a row. We don't care about
that. Because the graphics were just getting better. The graphics, all they did was it looks better. So it plays a little bit better.
What we enjoyed in the past is not what we enjoy in the present. It's okay for us to enjoy that in the past, but now it's all about evolution. That's what it's about. That's like saying, oh, well, don't tell me you didn't have a blast learning 2 + 2. Am I supposed to learn 2 + 2 for the rest of my life, or am I supposed to learn algebra at some point in time?
I got you.
Don't do this. Don't do devil's advocate.
Don't
on this one.
Don't you start.
Giving ungrateful, everybody. Look,
no,
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm so grateful. I want them to give us something better because at the time they gave us groundbreaking stuff, and now they're just doing cookie cutter stamps because people like you are okay with it.
Hold on. No,
You're
I'm not
the reason
okay
why
with
Bandai
it.
You're the problem.
I'm not the problem, but I will say I am part of the problem because
so you are the problem.
I am a part of the problem, but I have to admit it's because I enjoyed these games coming up. I did. Every single game that was released from Bandai, I purchased, and
right. But how long ago was that? Were you enjoying? At what age were you when you were enjoying that?
Oh, 2007. But
exactly.
That's
Look,
what
this is what I want
came
you
out
to do. I want you to go play Budokai 1, Budokai 2, Budokai 3, then play all 3 Tenkaichis, and then play Fusions, and then play Kakarot, and then play Sparking Zero, and then play the 2 Xenoverses, and tell me you still want to see Raditz do a double Sunday. Tell me that. Yeah. Tell me you still want to see Raditz doing a double Sunday after playing it 12 times.
Let me know. I want to hear that. I want to hear that. When you pop that in and you're going through the Saiyan Saga all the way up to the Buu Saga, and then you finish that game, you unlock all the characters, you put in the second one, and you somehow start in again with Raditz all the way up to Buu. Do it all the way up until you get to Sparking Zero. And as Tim said, come back to us and let us know how you feel. Then we can talk.
The business model isn't perfect. But
yeah, that's why we build on the business model and create the perfect thing for the fans.
I know. I mean, can we at least
stop playing difficult?
You don't even believe it, Mike. You don't believe it yourself.
What you're saying, you don't believe it.
If you want to keep playing that, you got the older games that you can do that with. Right?
I'm starting to think Mike's got a sneaky Bandai deal here because he's betting on this too much, thinking like, what are you not telling us?
Yeah, what do you know? Is there a Sparking Zero 2 coming out or something?
You know that you're not telling us.
I'm gonna use my right and plead the fifth.
Nah, Mike, I think you are bugged out on this one. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You don't even want and it has nothing to do with we didn't have fun before. It's the fact that we can have more fun. Right? We had the fun before. Let's have more fun. Well, that's all right. Here's the perfect thing, right? When you were a kid, you loved bumper cars, right? Course, but then when you get older, now you want to do go-karting, right? Yeah. You aren't grateful for the bumper cars?
It's okay, Mike. It's okay.
Where's the gavel at? Where's the gavel? I rest my case.
All right, we gonna shift gears. We're gonna shift gears.
Oh.
I'm too
There
quick,
we go.
Mike.
Strike some nostalgia. Strike some of
Oh.
that, the good old days.
Oh gosh.
So this will be my last question. We're gonna do a rapid fire style. I'm gonna list a bunch of stuff. You all have to say what your choice is, this or that, between the two, like based off of what you like, no matter what qualifications you're using. And then if anybody says anything different, we'll go back at the end of all of the questions and we'll talk it out.
So we're gonna do it one at a time.
We're gonna go do the whole list, and then I'll notate which ones you guys didn't have a consensus on.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back and talk about those. You guys ready?
Yup.
Omega Shinron or Jiren?
Jiren. Quick, G. Quick.
Jiren.
Okay.
Jiren.
Great Ape Baby Vegeta transformation or Golden Frieza transformation?
Golden Frieza.
Oh, Golden Frieza.
Golden.
What you got, G?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Golden Frieza.
Janemba or Zamasu?
Zamasu, 100%.
Janemba.
Yeah.
Okay. Got our first disagree. Kelpa or Android 18?
18. Android 18.
I'm going Kefla. I hate 18.
Oh my god. All right.
What would you say, G?
No, I said 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks or Topo?
Gotenks.
Go
Go
Tanks.
Tanks.
Okay. Cooler or Android 13?
Cooler.
Cooler. Yeah.
Goma or Kid Buu?
Oh, Kid Buu. Yeah. Kid Buu. Mike, don't do it. Don't you start this shit with me. Don't start this shit with me.
Goma or Kid Buu?
I'm going King Goma. 100%. Let's do it.
You know what? I'm going Goma too. Fuck it.
Wow.
Let's send it. Full send. Hail Mary.
Yeah. They just want to fight.
All right. So we have 3 that you guys disagreed on. Let's hop back up to the first one, which is Janemba or Zamasu. All right. So who said what?
Mike said
Zamasu.
Zamasu. Me and Tim said Janemba.
Okay. So Mike, make your case for Zamasu. Why should he be?
I absolutely have to. Thank you. Zamasu is the second greatest villain in the Dragon Ball series. Yes, the second. I said it.
What's that mean?
This guy, Zamasu, was so hard to defeat. It took Zeno to erase him. Zeno himself, the Omni King. So to me, to get to that point in that trial against Zamasu, to have the Omni King erase Zamasu, that gotta put him up there as the greatest. It must. It has to be.
No.
No.
What about the hard work?
The only reason why that happened was because he was immortal. He had already lost by that point in time. He had lost the fight. He was killed. Trunks killed him. Super Saiyan 2 Rage Trunks killed him with a spirit sword at that point in time. The only reason why that happened was because the actual Zamasu was immortal, so he couldn't die. So his body had to go somewhere. His spirit had to go somewhere, so he became the universe. He had already lost at that point in time. The only reason why that had to happen was because of hacks.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to tell you.
So look, would Master Carrot be the greatest of all time then, since he can just touch somebody and turn them into a carrot, no matter how strong they are?
I don't think that applies. Look, I think you're overlooking one thing.
Don't move the goalposts. Don't move the goalposts.
I'm not. Hear me out. Zamasu literally came up with one plan after facing Goku 1v1 and told himself, I gotta go get the Super Dragon Balls to give himself invincibility, and then take Goku's body with his second wish using the time ring. I'm like he
No,
mastermind
it's
this
smart.
plan. I
It's
know, but we
smart.
overlooking it, y'all. We can't
But
overlook
it
that.
wasn't. But he didn't formulate. He didn't that plan. While yes, interacting Goku and learning about the Super Dragon Balls and all that stuff, like he didn't learn about the Super Dragon Balls because of Goku. He learned about it because of Guwasu watching God Tube,
Got
right?
to, yeah.
He that's where he learned it. He didn't learn. So at this point in time, he already had it in his head that oh, they are these things. And then he interacts with Goku, and that's when he's like, okay, I have to go use these omnipotent Dragon Balls that can give me whatever I want. But he was already formulating a plan to get rid of mortals. He just needed a pathway. I don't know how long it was between like all that stuff with Zamasu and Gawasu was actually going on. They made it seem like it was like 2 days or something like that, but I don't.
It must have been longer than that. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So this was something that's been in the works for probably hundreds of thousands of years, right? Like at least the idea of doing it. It just so happens that all the puzzle pieces fell down at that time. Uh like Zamasu, like from what you're talking, it's just like a hacks type of thing. Physically, he was weak as hell. Even as Goku Black, he was weak.
Can we not overlook the fact that he killed all the gods too? On top of that too, I
He
mean,
killed
killed
the
all the
Kais.
Kais. Yeah, but you know that Kai's
Yeah, they're
counterparts are destroyers. So if
yeah,
the Kai's counterparts are destroyers, he took the smart
but
route.
that's a
And,
technicality. He didn't beat
oh,
Beerus. He did not beat any of the gods of destruction. He snuck up on the Kais and killed the Kais by sneaking up on them. He didn't
Yeah.
Yeah, it's smart.
genius! I'm
I'm not
trying to
taking
tell
that
you.
from you. I'm not taking that from you. It is smart. But I mean shit, Krillin could by that standard, Yamcha could do the same thing. Would you put Yamcha up there as the greatest just because he killed a glint?
I mean, I wouldn't make that my ending argument. I'm just simply stating that Zamasu's efforts and how he's just strategically put this plan together without anybody impeding in his plans, that cannot be overlooked. It cannot.
It's not
I
being
can't waver.
overlooked.
It's
You're
not
just
overlooked.
overestimating it. You're overestimating. You're
No,
overestimating.
I don't think he's overestimating it. It's just like if he picks Zamasu over Janemba because of the brains aspect of it, then yeah, I can see that because I'll tell you this right now. I went solely. There's two reasons why I picked Janemba, right? Janemba's got a doper design once he becomes the actual red demon, right?
Yeah.
He's got a
Yeah.
way doper design. He has way doper move set with how he teleports in the blocks and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And then I really, really, really despise the last third of the Goku Black arc. Despise it. I hate it.
It was poorly. I agree.
Yeah.
It was done
I
poorly.
think, yeah, that was the case I was going to make. Like I said, outside of once he's become second form Janemba in fighting, he has some of the best moves. How he just disintegrates and reintegrates, and
The
just
sword
teleports.
slashes and stuff.
100%.
Like the way he was just moving on Goku, where he just literally just disintegrated, and then his hand just came up next, literally on Goku's side, and it was just and it was literally a key blast right there, and it was just like, shit, he cooking,
Yeah. But I hate
Yeah,
first form Janemba. I hate
No,
first
everybody
form
hates
Janemba.
that
I
one,
think
yeah.
I think it's the most goofy thing. Just cuss at him. Like I hate that whole idea. Same thing with like they did with Mineta and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
hate that whole idea. But like I'm not going to discount what you're saying about Zamasu, but I don't know. I don't feel it, man. I don't feel it when somebody says
No.
like Zamasu is like because we've seen
I
like
mean,
Demon King Piccolo get away with it, right? We've
Yeah.
seen we seen Garlic Jr. get away with it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think off of those merits alone, it's because at the end he still lost, but the only reason why it took Zeno was because of the technicality of his immortality.
yeah. But I want to get.
It wasn't because he
I
was unstoppable.
He
Yeah.
shifted the balance of power, y'all. Y'all know that. I'm tell y'all.
Yeah,
I mean,
because he's a little weasel.
he is. But I think the important thing here is, I need Lauren to get to the main event because I need to see how my man didn't pick 18 because that didn't make sense. I need answers. I need answers on that one because it
So
just
you were
wasn't
the only one who picked Kelfa. You gotta defend it.
like
And I shall
over
do
18.
it.
Oh, my
Listen,
Kefla's the fusion.
Yeah.
Those are
Kefla's the
two?
fusion, yeah.
Kefla's the fusion. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. It still doesn't change my answer, but
So I have a bias against Android 18. Ginyu knows this. Tim, you know this because of Krillin not using his remote that was given to him by Bulma.
that's not a Bayteen thing, though. That's not a
Yeah,
Bayteen thing,
but
though, man. That's a Krillin thing.
I know, but
I think you're just salty a bald man got the baddie. I think
no,
that's what that is.
no.
The baldism is crazy right now. I think that's what that is.
It's just I feel like so much was sacrificed just for this specific character. It's no,
But that was Krillin's choice.
I know, but he could have blew her up. That's all I'm saying. He could have blew her up, and we could have had a good saga after that. It's over at this point.
So you're telling me so you're telling me you're blaming the wonderful, beautiful blonde Lazuli, right? You're blaming her over what the simp Krillin did.
Unfortunately, yes. Guilty by association.
Wow.
You're just a hater. That's all that is.
You're
Just
actually a hater. Like
so here's my question, right? What is it without putting down 18? What is it about Kefla?
I gotta.
Because she got hit with the meanest Kamehameha that the world's done ever seen.
Yeah, but
we saw it 3 times. We saw that Kamehameha 3 times.
Without us talking about the ass pull transformations they got from the Tournament of Power,
right?
I have to admit, seeing 2 female Saiyans generally participate in the Tournament of Power and actually use the Batara earrings to fuse, it was major for me.
I know. I mean that is a good point. I think it is. It was groundbreaking when we saw that there were 2 women Saiyans that we never seen. Like we never really seen that before. We have, but we didn't really see it in series until Broly. Right. That was the first time we actually seen like a whole bunch of women Saiyans. So really, like the Tournament of Power was the first one that we actually seen it, and then we see them go Super Saiyan. I'm not going to knock that, but those 2, like Kale, Caulifla, are just horrible characters. They're just horrible. They're just horribly written characters to me. Besides maybe Caulifla, because she's supposed to be like the woman version of Goku, but like Kale drags it down, and since Kefla is both of them put together, like you have to drag that character down at the end of the day. But like the most memorable thing about Kefla is the Kamehameha that took her out. That is the most memorable thing.
I mean, the fusion was good.
I'm about to say, come on, what about the fusion?
No,
that was pretty major.
But when you think about Kefla, when you think about Kefla, you're thinking about hitting a 900 on a key blast, and then different angle, different angle, right? Like that's what you think of. You don't think about anything else. You don't think about anything else until you actually get to talking about.
I can get behind that. Yeah. So
it's the duo for me, honestly. I like the fact that they tag team against Goku with their best efforts, only to come up short, but to then persevere through those trials to then do the fusion dance together. Well, not fusion dance, use the Pataras,
The
excuse me.
Pataras, yeah.
And
Yeah.
that
Look,
moment was just amazing for me. I'll never forget it. It was like major.
I don't discredit that, and I
I'll
don't
put it like
discredit
this. The reason why I picked 18 originally was shallow as hell, right? It's 18 best girl in the whole series, right? Best girl in the whole series. But if we'll be honest, Denim Vest 18, right? Denim Vest 18, like her whole personality when she's like that is way above Kefla. I'm not a big fan of pink tracksuit 18. I'm not a big fan of that.
No. We don't rock with that. Because I remember, you know, like I said, I think, yeah, my reasoning was a bit shallow as well, but because growing up, I saw her that one time, and as a kid, I saw Andrew at 18, and I was like, we're destined for life. Like, it was just like, I ain't gonna boo anyone. I saw her.
But like the personality, like when she first shows up and she beats the shit out of Vegeta and shit like that, like yo, that was badass.
She knew she was it.
Yeah.
Like, she knew she was it.
Hey, girl.
And I sat there and I was like, rah.
And you're talking about the first.
Is that
And you're
you?
talking about the first. She's the first woman to come in the series and whip ass, whip a main character's ass. She's the first character to come in and do that.
Put belt to ass. Have man on his knees holding his arm because
that's where it all started at. After that, his rotator cuff was messed up after that. Like it's still like not even a sensu being healed that injury.
Do you know what we call that, Mike? Memorable.
Yeah. You got it. You're right. That's memorable.
Look, when you think 18, you don't think her getting beat up. I'm telling you that now. You don't think about her getting beat up. When you think Kefla, you think, damn, she got her ass beat by some dude that was unconscious.
What? You know,
time out.
Wait, one more thing. Listen, think about it. 18 knew she was it. She gave my man Krillin a little kiss on the cheek, and my man never forgot that. The guy was spinning.
He got his hairline back after that. He got his whole hairline back.
His hairline grew, bro. You know, my man who held that remote control, and he thought about the universe. He was like, save the world or save myself. Listen, memorable, impactful, desirable.
Yeah.
Listen.
And we've never seen 18 throw a temper tantrum or try to beg to see anybody else's transformation like we saw Caulifla do to see Super Saiyan 3. She was begging my mans to see.
She was inspired, Tim. That's inspiration.
Yeah. My girl Bayteen inspires herself.
Yeah. And what was Lauren? What was the last one?
The final one, Goma and Kid Buu. So you were the outlier this time. Yeah.
Me? Oh, listen. Yeah. I think these two just said it to wind me up. But listen, like, and I know Tim knows this because Tim has said this on multiple recordings.
It wasn't me.
No. My man Kid Buu, right, went to other worlds, the place where fallen warriors who fought for their worlds were enshrined and training for them. And he said, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna put belt to ass. And he loved it. He thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
He wrecked things to the point that it got to the point where you watched that series and you were like, shit, they might actually lose because this guy's mad. You know, don't give me that face. And no, when Kid Buu started rocking people.
Hold on. Nah, because there is something that you can say to that in regards to Goma. There is, and I think Mike is going to say it. Go ahead, man. Be the people's champ right now, man. You got it. Be the people's champ, man.
Listen, what Lord Goma has done cannot be overlooked. I'm going
That's his favorite thing to say. Can't be overlooked. I like
Overlooked.
that.
Go on.
when he got that eye, that third eye,
Mm-hmm.
he was considered unstoppable. I mean, the most powerful being in
Mm-hmm.
Demon World and in the entirety of the universe. So that means he competing with destroyers. Now we don't have to revisit what I said in previous recordings and group chats, but
Because
y'all
you
know
know
where
what
I'm
you
going with
said.
that.
You know what you said. But okay.
Now I feel like what he's done in Daima, what Goma's done in Daima, is just as good, if not as great, as what Kid Buu did in comparison to what he did showing up to Otherworld and then just giving everybody belt because Lord Goma gave everybody belt that was in Demon Realm. Everybody got it.
Who?
Yeah, he hold up. He put belt to ass to Super Saiyan 4 Goku, adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku,
Thank
and
you.
he took that Kamehameha that broke through the whole demon realm and regenerated
And
just like Boo would
regenerated.
do.
Oh, with an amplifier. He
And
had an amplifier.
it
Shame on you, Gary. Shame on you. You're wrong because
okay, but that's cool though. But that because that's what stands out for Goma was he tanked that Kamehameha. Well, he didn't tank it, but it didn't take him out.
yeah,
It didn't take him out. He ended up rejuvenating. He ended up putting belt to ass, boot to grill, big boss man, putting hands and feet on all of them. And this is
Super
after
Saiyan
the Boo
4.
saga. This is after the Boo saga, so they're stronger at this point in time.
Yeah,
With who knows what type of multiplier Super Saiyan 4 has, right?
that's right. Thank you, Tim. You got it from here, brother.
You know what? You know what, Lauren? You know what, Lauren? Close this stuff up because I can't deal with this. I genuinely thought Tim was gonna come to his senses, but somehow he's been corrupted by
Reasons,
Mike.
two reasons: recency bias, and I really do not like the Boo arc.
Fair.
I
All
like
right.
I
You know.
like King Goma. I really think he's a problem within the Dragon Ball series. Like, imagine him
He's
versus
a
Beerus. I
pilaf.
have to say it. Like,
No,
that's crazy.
it'd be nah.
It'd be a
The
quick
one
fight. It'd be a quick fight.
because
Nah,
look,
it'd be your
Hakai takes all that out. Hakai
Yeah,
Hakai gets rid of all of that, and he has all. And Beerus has Ultra Instinct. That's why I can't see that happening, right? But Goma to me is a pilaf. That's who he reminds me of. Is a pilaf. Uh, but I really like the Boo arc. I when I rewatch the series, like the original series, I don't watch the Boo arc for real. I watch just certain parts of it. I don't go through and watch it, so I don't really care too much about Kid Boo. Oh well, he's a piece of bubblegum. I don't
I like the transitions Boo had from good Boo or fat Boo to super Boo to kid Boo to evil Boo and
the
to even Oop.
Buhan. Yeah,
Buhan. You know, so those transitions that Boo was going through, I just can't overlook that neither. I really enjoy Majin Buu, the character itself. I enjoy Goten and Trunks being the addition to the series to amplify the arc. Uh, Lord Goma is an underrated villain for the Dragon Ball series, to me personally. And yeah, that's my take on that.
Yep.
Goma isn't no. Goma isn't underrated because no. Orenzu is underrated as a villain within that series. People don't look at her
Totally.
as a villain in that series because once Glorio was like betrayed her, she just was like, well, shit, because she knew when to call it quits. She knows that without Glorio or the Dragon Balls, there's nothing that she can do. She knows that. But Arenzu to me was more of a threat to them than Goma. It wasn't until Goma got the third eye and we've seen what the third eye could do. But other than that, like Arenzu or AKA Arenzbu, uh, she was more of a threat. I think she's an underwritten threat to me. But
100%.
Lord Goma all day. Lord 2028.
Yeah.
Fine. You guys can have that one. Fine.
Well, thank you all for joining us today. If you have any takes that you feel like were overlooked, please leave it in the comments. Add us. We'd love to hear them. And thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Make Demon World great again.